Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of June 17 to 23rd. Your cards this week, Scorpio: energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Six of Swords. Focus energies this week, you have the King of Swords and you have the Chariot. And coming in towards the end of the week, you have the Two of Cups. So, Scorpio, past energies, things that you might be sort of moving out of or away from this week or transitioning from. We've got the Six of Swords here, and drew a second card for that. We have the Six of Pentacles. So, Six of Swords, all about making a regretful rite of passage. Moving on from something that potentially you may not have wanted to move on from, but it was kind of inevitable. You know, you really got to a stage where you couldn't move any further in a situation. You couldn't progress with it anymore. I feel like the situation, you felt like you couldn't progress with it because it was keeping you in a state of emotional turbulence. And what you really want, is you want to sail into much calmer times. At the number 6 there, I think it's something that, probably affected your sense of harmony in your home realm, in your emotional space, that kind of energy. Now, we've got that clarified here with the Six of Pentacles. So, again, this tells me that this really, the sixes are all about, harmony and growth and that kind of thing. So, it could have been a situation where you felt like it was holding you back from growing. You couldn't actually sort of build that inner sense of self-worth any longer. And because of that, it made you feel out of balance. With this particular combination of cards, I'm seeing with, that Six of Pentacles, that it could have been a situation that involved some kind of power struggles or power play. So, in that Six of Pentacles, we see the beggars here, begging, and the rich man just giving them breadcrumbs when he's got all these pentacles. So it's almost like, maybe you felt in a situation where you were sort of being emotionally starved, whatever it was. I don't think it was giving you what you needed to. And, literally you may felt like you were sort of the beggar in the situation, out of balance, not getting the pentacles that you needed, and not in an even situation. So whether it was in a relationship and there was power play, if, it was a work situation and you weren't sort of being respected or seen for the worth that you really had, yeah, there definitely is that feeling of being almost mistreated. And you've decided to move on from that, I think. Now, with the Six of Swords here, the reminder is to try not to take the baggage from the past with you in your boat. As you move forward, if you can try and leave that behind and progress with an empty vessel, then it's a much better place to, go into a new beginning once you make your voyage. So focus energies this week, Scorpio. King of Swords, couple of readings here for the King of Swords. There could be an air sign male that comes in this week to sort of help you with this forward movement. So that would be a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. Or it could be, if they're not actually that sign, somebody that takes on King energy. So the King energy is, it's dominant and mature and grounded. And with the King of Swords, swords rules the intellect and mind. So the King of Swords is a truth seeker. He sees things for what it is, has the ability to cut through and see the truth. Now, this could also be you picking up your sword of power, seeing things clearly, and from a mature, dominant sort of grounded mindset. That is where, it's a great place to come into. You're moving into a position of power that will help you move forward in the right direction. Either way, it's quite a different energy from what you've been moving on from here, where I feel like there was a sense of being out of power and, grieving and feeling a sense of loss. I feel like this is you, going from literally holding your head down in sorrow to, facing things in the eye. He's looking straight ahead. He's got that sort of power, and he's just ready for action this week. And action it is, because you have the Chariot here. I feel like you are now ready, now that you've started to set sail, you're now ready to literally gallop. You're ready to fly and soar and move on. It's strong forward movement energy. Now with the Chariot, it's all about, being able to move forward using just your, intention alone. In the rider version of this card, there's a big heavy stone chariot, and the man in there that's guiding it doesn't have any reins to drive the sphinxes that pull it, to drive the steed. But instead he has a magician's wand, a wand of power or a sword of power. And, through using that, from wielding that wand, he can, through intention alone, bring the horse, into a place where he's got it under his control, and he can steer it into the direction that he wants to go. So this is about you coming back into a place of control and power, where you have the ability to steer your chariot and gallop into the direction that you want to go. And I think it's probably going to, there's going to be some swift movement on that journey this week. Now, towards the end of the week, guys, this is pretty exciting for those of you wanting to be in a relationship or currently in a relationship and wanting to take it to the next level, because you have the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands that came out together here. So, this could have been you sort of making a transition from a past relationship, or a journey to actually let go of baggage, to move on, to clear yourself so that you are actually ready to move on to love. And, I think that you are really ready now. You're actually charging towards it. And I think for many of you that are single, this has a high possibility to be the week where somebody comes in. If you're in a committed relationship, there is strong energy for that to reach another milestone, whether that's an engagement or a marriage, or just a deepening of the relationship this week. So Two of Cups is really that strong twin flame soulmate energy. There could be someone that comes in that you just really feel like you've met before, you just strongly feel like you know them. We've also got that Gemini energy there as well, so it could involve a Gemini. Four of Wands here. Like I said, this relationship or this person that comes in, I think it's got the potential to go the distance and to actually, have you setting up home with them in the future, to commit to them, to celebrate with them, to celebrate your love. There's also, with that Four of Wands, there's that slight sense of synchronicity with the 1111 card here. It's almost like it's a bit of a portal into another dimension of love. So it's quite possible that if a new person is coming in for you singles, that it does have that sense that it comes out of nowhere. It could come out of a synchronistic event. So be on the lookout for it this week. So there we have it, Scorpio. It's an interesting reading. I feel like you are moving on from a past situation. You're clearing out your baggage. You're coming back into power. You're ready to strongly move forward. And from in that powerful position, that's when you're open to things like new partnerships or new love to come in. Beautiful. Wish you all the best for it. Really enjoy if someone new that's potentially a soulmate comes in for you. So Scorpio, that's what I have for you. Keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't resonate with every Scorpio out there, and we'll see you for another reading next week.